And I am going to show you in this video how to build a Google form. Alright, this is something that Michelle wants you to be able to do in the future whenever we need to get information from students. This is going to be the easiest way. So from your email account, if you go up to the square dots and scroll down to forms, then you can create a new form by clicking on the plus sign right here, and this will create a new form. Okay, so I'm going to actually build one that we need for now. You can title the form up here. This is for the Gates Scholarship, and it'll automatically fill the title there. And then we could just start entering questions. So here, if you want to do any sort of form description, you can put that up here, but you don't have to. We can just start with the questions. So the first question you should always use is have students enter their last name. Make it required by clicking this little bar down here, and then add another question by clicking on the plus sign here. Okay, and then we're going to do first name. So these are the first two questions. Make them required that you should always put in on a Google form. That way we know students' names when the information is collected. The next, we're going to add another question, and so this is just how we add questions. So I'm going to actually make this form. It's going to please select the range for your family income. And so this one I'm actually going to make a multiple choice, or sorry, I'm going to make it a multiple choice checkbox grid actually. Right, so they're going to check, and you could do multiple choice circles, you could do either one is fine, multiple choice or checkbox. Sorry, multiple choice will only let them choose one, so actually let's use that one. Checkboxes, they can select more than one. A drop-down menu will create a list of a drop-down. You can also do linear scale, multiple, but really multiple choice is probably, or checkboxes are probably the ones you'll use the most. In this case, I'm going to use multiple choice because I only want them to select one option. So the options for me are going to be less than 26,000 family. Let's change this to annual. Families annual. I'm just change it like that. Option 2 is going to be between 26,000 and 30,000. Options between 30,000 and 60,000. So that's what I need for that one. Okay, I'm going to make that again required, and then I'm going to add another question. I only need one more question here. Is your cumulative GPA greater than or equal to 3.3? And here I can actually add yes or no just by clicking on these up here, and it'll add those two options. And again, I'm going to add one more. Say, if so, what is your cumulative GPA? And then that will be a short answer text that they enter. And that's it that I need for this form. Okay, so I'm done with the form. If you want to look at it, you can come up here to preview, and it will show you what the form looks like to students who see it. There are some other features you can do too. You can also, add things like a title, which this would be add a title and description if you needed to separate it into sections. So for example, maybe like click on this, and then if I add a title, I could say something like eligibility questions, right? So let's see what that looks like. That's just a title. So if I go to preview, now you'll see there's a little title screen here. Okay, so that's the easiest way to do this. You could split it up into sections as well, but we can talk about that a little later. Probably won't really be that necessary. Okay, the next thing you want to do is go to settings, and we're going to collect email addresses. Okay, now you can click response receipts, and I usually leave it if respondent requests it. That means that if the person filling out the form wants to get a response receipts, they can. If not, it's fine. We're going to leave it restrict to users in St. Joseph High School. Respondents can edit after submit. We can leave that as fine. Not this one though. For presentation, you can change all this, but you don't really need to, and don't worry about quizzes. So then we're going to put save the settings. And now we want to send it to students. Okay, so we're going to go up here to send. And then instead of trying to type in a bunch of email addresses, just click over here to link. And if you want, you can shorten it and then click copy. Right? And now what you're going to do is you're going to go over to Naviance and you're going to send an email. You know how to do this, right? And then you can just put that link in the email body, right? So here is a link to a Google form, blah blah blah, and then paste, right? So you could do a paste like this, right click paste, or you can do Control V or Command V if you're using a Mac to paste the link in the email body, and then you send out the email and the students can click on the link and fill out the form. Okay, one other thing, when you do create a form in the future, one other thing I do want you to do is go back up here to send, and then here where it says add collaborators, okay, I want you to add all of the counselors. So here I'm going to add Michelle just by typing in Monica. I'm going to add you. Those for now, depending on the message or the form and who needs the data, you can add more. You could add Debbie and Sister Janet or whoever else needs data from whatever form you're creating. So I'm going to type a little message for the Gates Scholarship. Let me know if I should add anything else. Thanks. So, you know, a short message, whatever message you want to leave. What this does is it sends them the link and it allows them to edit the form themselves as well. So that's how you can send it to, you know, myself and Michelle and Monica or anyone else who might need it. And then responses show up here, and this little thing here actually turns all of the responses into a Google spreadsheet like this one here, for example. And so that's something we can do once we start getting responses. Okay? If you have any questions about this, let me know. Thanks. Bye.